Party people, this is a beautiful winning Wednesday, your daily morning motivational message. And I got a word for you. Now, you know motivation is a lot like taking a bath, your personal hygiene. We got to do it every day. And when we do, we always feel a little bit better. When you come out that shower, you brush your teeth, you feel a little fresh, renewed. It's the same thing in our mind. Be ye not conformed to the ways of this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of our mind. So we got to keep this thing sharp, engaged, and keep feeding good things into it. So today's morning message is a little bit of confidence goes a long way. When you have confidence, it feeds off of itself and it continues to build and grow. Some may even call it a confidence of delusion. For example, when I first started to pursue this particular lane as an actor, this was many years ago. I had no experience. I didn't have anybody in my family that had ever acted. I didn't have any relationships with people that were acting full time. I didn't know anybody that was doing it for a living. But I had the confidence that number one, I could learn. Number two, that I was going to get really, really, really good at it. And number three, there was nothing that was going to get in my way. Nothing was going to stop me. Now, all those thoughts are right up here. That's all my mindset. Has nothing to do with my skill set. I promise you, my very first play, Living Fat. I did it at the Tri-C Community Theater downtown Cleveland, and I was hot trash. I was not that good, but my confidence had some people thinking that I was kind of good. My confidence had the director have enough belief in me that he cast me as in the lead role. So a little bit of confidence goes a long way. Understand, you don't have to be great to get started, but you got to get started to be great. And no one knows what they're doing. How many times have you ever been in a situation where you go on and you take on a new job and you've been there for a while and you start to figure out, like, you know what, these people are not as competent as I thought they were. They're not as smart as I thought they were. I'm actually pretty capable. Have you ever been in a situation like that? Have you ever joined an organization or become a part of a business and you went in and you were looking at everything and everyone with these big eyes, like, wow, they're so awesome, like, this is so amazing, I can't believe I'm here. And then once you're in it for a little while, you're like, okay, no one's any more or less special than I am. It's not that you're better than anyone else, but it's also that no one is better than you. Understand that most people, when they get started in an endeavor, they don't know what they're doing. It's okay that you don't know what you're doing. You don't have to know everything. You don't have to have all the things lined up perfectly. You have to have enough confidence and belief and faith in yourself that you're going to figure it out. And if you come at it with that spirit from that place, you give yourself an opportunity. You give yourself a chance to have success. And then it begins to really build momentum. So with the confidence that I had, I kept after it. I was a ferocious student. I kept working. I kept studying. I kept applying myself. I kept auditioning. I kept booking jobs. And I went from booking non-paying jobs to non-professional jobs where you make a little bit of money. And then I went from non-professional jobs to booking equity jobs, which is a full-fledged professional. That's a union. You got to get your card, your equity card. And then I went from that to working in Screen Actors Guild and booking television and film, and there was a progressive growth. And before long, I was a full-time working actor living in New York City, not Cleveland, Ohio, New York City, making my living. I didn't have anything else. I didn't have any side jobs. I was getting paid to do what I love to do at that time. And I used that same mentality, that same philosophy when I went into the speaking arena. And then earning a full-time living as a full-time speaker for corporations and really big companies, and then and building business. I never built a business. I had no experience in building sales teams. I had no experience in sales, but I went in with the confidence because I knew I could learn. If you can learn, ladies and gentlemen, there's very little that you can't accomplish. Now, there are certain anomalies when we talk about the gifting. If you're an athlete, if you're a certain facility for physics and mathematics, that's a gifting, but you still have to work your tail off. But for most of us, if you apply yourself and you can, and there's so much opportunity, there's so much available when you're willing to apply and learn and grow and put in the work. But it starts with your confidence. It starts with the belief in yourself, the unquestionable belief in yourself. And then you have to get up and get after it every single day, and you execute every single day. You make sure that you're reading constantly, you're learning constantly, you're growing constantly. And most importantly, you're executing on the activity that's going to get you closer to the outcome that you're committed to. So never underestimate the power of confidence because people respond to that. You know why? Because most people don't tap into it. They know that it's there. They've had moments of it. They've had flashes of it. You ever hear the phrase beer goggles? Someone will say, yeah, I went out last night. It was happy hour and man, had a couple of beers in me. And once I got a couple of beers in me, I was talking to all the beautiful women in the bar. I had no inhibitions whatsoever. They call it liquid confidence. Why? Because when you drink alcohol, it lowers your inhibitions. When you drink alcohol, more of your natural self tends to seep out, right? Some people, they drink alcohol, they get real mean. Some people get real silly and real goofy, right? But that idea of liquid confidence, it allows someone to not overthink. It allows them to not talk themselves out of something that takes courage. It takes courage to approach someone and introduce yourself, start a conversation. So imagine what that can do in your natural state when you start to train and develop yourself to lean in into your confidence, to fall back on your confidence, allow that to be the thing that is the foundation for everything that you approach. Move in your day with a spirit of confidence. I'm going to figure it out. I'm going to get it done. I may not know how. The how is none of my business. I'm committed to the outcome and I'm confident that I can figure it out. I'm resourceful. I know people. I have good relationships. I move with character. I move with integrity. I move with superior work ethic. And so with those things as the foundation, and I have honor in everything that I do, I am confident that I'm going to get it done. It might take me some time to figure it out, but I'm going to figure it out. Not finishing, not getting to the success, not getting across the finish line, not getting it done is a non-negotiable. That's not even a consideration. It's 1,000% that I'm doing this and I'm getting it done. That's confidence. And what happens is your emotions and your behavior, your brain, you're sending signals to your brain that says, hey, listen, this is happening whether we want it to or not. So we might as well figure out how to make it happen. Like he is not relenting. He is not going to stop. He's never going to stop until he gets to this objective, until he gets to this finish line, until he gets to this fully realized mental picture that he's absolutely obsessed with. So ladies and gentlemen, little confidence is going to go a long way. And it feeds on itself and it grows and gets better and bigger and better and bigger. And you keep achieving and stretching and reaching for more. Have an awesome day. If you got some value out of this, please like and subscribe and go ahead and pass this video on to somebody else that you can be a blessing to, because it's a blessing to be a blessing.